we are going to be wrapping up the site design for Luca, the leather bag store that we're making on Prestige theme. So make sure you've watched the previous lessons. And we're going to start off by making some collection or category photos. And keep in mind, this store is selling premium, genuine leather bags that we found on AliExpress. So I have the canvas loaded up here. And what's exciting about this is that we're going to be using AliExpress provided photos in order to make the collection photos, right? So what I'm doing right now is basically I have all these images pulled up and I've kind of predicted which types of items I think are going to sell the best, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the AliExpress product photos that represent each of these collections that I think is going to sell best within each collection, right? So I'm picking the best 3 collections because there's going to be 3 collection photos, and then I'm also going to pick the best product within each collection to use as the collection photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and now import these all onto Photoshop and make the necessary adjustments. Alrighty, so this one is looking pretty good, and I just want to make sure everything is centered and crispy. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and export this, right? So I've already made this the proper canvas size based on what we were recommended by Prestige Theme. And now it's just simple plug and chug. We should be able to just do this the right way. Alrighty, so this is the second image that we're going to be using, and I've already just copy and pasted it onto the original canvas, right? Why reinvent the wheel here? And we're just going to be exporting this one as well. So I hope you are sensing a pattern. It's a lot easier to make category photos on Prestige Theme because we're going to use Prestige Theme's native text editor and also button creator, right? On District Theme, we did those things ourselves. And this is the final image that we're going to be using for our collection photo. And this one's going to represent weekend bags, right? So we have briefcases, backpacks, and weekend bags. And again, super easy export. And we're just going to be plugging all of the stuff into Prestige Theme. So here we are on Prestige, and this section, right, the category photo selection is going to be called a collection list element. So you can add that into your Prestige theme if you don't have one. And what we're going to do is just upload that image just to see that it is exactly how we envision things to be. And I want to make sure I'm uploading the right one, not the original, the one that we fit into the right canvas. So there it is. It's looking great. And I actually don't want to change anything about this, all right? So sometimes I see this preview and I kind of get cold feet. I think this one's great, and it's already coming with that overlay that Prestige just naturally puts inside. And it seems like all we have to do is just name our collections, which I have to go into Shopify and do, and it's going to be great. Here we are. I've gone ahead and named all my collections. So this one is going to be briefcases, right? And we just select it and it's going to show up in that clean text. Looks phenomenal. Let's go back to the collection list and do the same thing for the backpack collection. So I'm just going to pick backpacks as the collection. I'm going to go ahead and select the image that we made for backpacks, and creating the collection photos on this theme is just so easy once you figure out the canvas size. Now let's move on to the weekend bags, okay? So we're going to just go ahead and pick the image for the weekend bags, again, provided by AliExpress. All we did was do some simple canvas resizing, and these are just great images, right? So we really lucked out finding this niche with such great creative assets. And you can see how some things say that featured collection on top. So I'm just going to remove that in order to give it that consistency. I think it looks a lot cleaner without that subheading. And here we are, right? I think it's looking absolutely great. And the site is really, really engaging. I love the features that come with Prestige Theme. They are just so premium with these animations. So now what we want to do is just make sure our homepage collection is okay. And again, I didn't edit any of the individual product photos, right? This is more about a design. If you want to know how to edit these product photos, I have a full lesson on how you can remove backgrounds, things like that. But ideally, they should be uniform. I like to have 4 products per row in here, and we're just going to go ahead and select the collection that we want to use, right? So I've already made a homepage collection, and here they are. But imagine if instead of no background or white background. We just made it that gray background that this website is on, right? So that's the best thing to do. And obviously I didn't change any of the product names. These were how the products kind of came, right? And what we can do is just make the adjustments here, but you get the point. There's gonna be 2 row of products. See all products is gonna be an animated button, and it's gonna look great once we clean this stuff up. Now all we have to do is adjust the Our Story section of this Prestige theme, and I've done this in the other Prestige theme build as well. And I've BS'd a story about some Italian immigrant that loves leather. You definitely should not do this. This is a great example for you not to do this, right? You can't be lying blatantly about marketing, and it's just so obvious because customers will get packages from China and immediately call you out, right? There's a difference between naming a brand an Italian sounding name and actually claiming you have some crazy origin story. So I'm editing this stock photo right now, and I've just gone ahead and gave it some coloration, and you can do that through the layers filter down below, the yin yang sign, right? This one right over here. And we're going to be changing the curves as well, right? So I love playing with the lighting and the curves on Prestige theme. It's absolutely great to get the feel that we want. And I want this to look really rustic and kind of antique in order to fit the BS story that we kind of created. I've grouped these things together so you can see it before and after, right? We can turn even the most boring images into something wonderful, right? And this is going to look amazing on the home page under the story section. So I'm gonna go ahead and export this as a PNG, and this one, the dimensions are going to be around 4,400 by 3,000 pixels. So you don't have to be as strict with your dimensions on Prestige theme, because Prestige theme can kind of stretch to fit whatever organic dimensions you run. And I'm so excited to see this thing on our new website. Alrighty, looks like it's just 2 bombs, so it's just going to take some time to load. Perfect. All right, so this is looking amazing now, and I love this parallax feature on Prestige where you can kind of scroll a big image and it still shows basically the scroll, right? Such a cool, unique feature. One of my favorite aspects of it. I can't talk about it enough, but let's just make sure that the site we built is exactly what we want to show customers. So here we are, and let's just give it a quick scroll down. Again, we want to change these backgrounds to match that gray background, remove those logos. I have a lesson about that. We would want to change that shop, our look section, to match the gray background as well, and obviously not use this BS story that I just came up with. But overall, I think this site is on its way to be incredibly beautiful, and I hope you learned a lot about how you can use Prestige theme to make a higher end store, especially you want to focus on higher end products and get some bigger margins and also higher ticket values.